Hey, what's up, guys? Here we are once again. We're gonna talk about some more dieting tips, and the first thing I want to get to, it's addressing the whole thing with about the cold watery oatmeal that a lot of people are having a lot of problems with. I get it. It's not for everybody. To me, I actually enjoy it. But I think something that we could do to fix this, and it's quick and just as easy. Make the oatmeal just like the way I showed you guys. Make it the night before, and then put it away in the refrigerator. In the morning, take your oatmeal out and put it in your blender. Put it in your blender, and I suggest putting in about maybe 100 grams of fruit. Make it fruit of your choice. For smoothies, what I like to do is strawberries, just because they're extremely low in calories, and it's not going to add a lot of calories to the mix. So go ahead and put your strawberries or whatever fruit you decide on. And you can even mix fruit. A lot of times I do strawberries and blueberries. I mix half and half, so 50 grams of each. That's what I usually do. And then you want to buy frozen fruit, by the way, or if you buy them fresh, freeze them. Because frozen fruit is just better for a smoothie. It's going to make it thicker and nice and cold. So go ahead, put the fruit in the blender. You're probably going to have to add a little bit more stevia or whatever sweetener you're going to use. Obviously not sugar, because that's just going to add a bunch of calories. And go ahead, add that to the blender. You might want to put a couple ice cubes in there. And if it gets too thick, just add a little bit of almond milk until it's the right consistency. And that's going to give you a lot of volume. This is, the watery oatmeal, the way I showed you guys how to do it, is already 32 grams of fluid, of content, of volume. So if you add to that, it's just going to get bigger. So you're going to have more food for lunch, or if you decide to maybe have half of it for breakfast, half for lunch, something like that. And the whole point of this thing is just to try to save your calories for night. Okay, so like I've told you guys before, that I basically don't have any breakfast, and I have the oatmeal for lunch, and maybe I'll have a couple of piece of fruit throughout the day to kind of get through. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It just depends how hungry I get. And then I have a pre-workout small meal, something small. And I go to the gym, and then at night is when I have the one big meal. Okay, so maybe turning the oatmeal into a smoothie is gonna work better for you guys. You do get a little bit more volume there with the fruit, and fruit is always a good thing anyway. You're gonna add some nutrition value to the whole mix, and make a smoothie, and maybe people won't have as many problems with that as just the cold watery oatmeal. But just to keep expanding on the whole smoothie thing, when I make a smoothie, usually I go with usually about 50-60 grams of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. And by the way, when you're making the smoothie, if you want to weigh everything and make it easy, just put the whole blender on your scale and then tear it out so it's at 0, and then just start adding to that. So that way, it's real easy. You just keep weighing everything. So yeah, I'll start with the Greek yogurt. I put 1 scoop of protein in that, usually vanilla, or that Ghost cereal milk that I showed you guys before, or Ghost makes one that's like fruity, tastes like Fruity Pebbles, and that's pretty good for smoothies as well. So I'll go ahead and add a scoop of protein. I put some stevia, usually about on a smoothie. I usually do about 3 teaspoons of stevia. And then a lot of times I'll add about 4 or 5 ounces of almond milk and 2 or 3 ice cubes in that, and that's it. And that's how I usually and the fruit. So like I said, I like strawberries and blueberries. I usually put about maybe 40 or 50 grams of each. Blend everything together, makes you a nice big smoothie, and that's like a whole meal right there. So yeah, that's the smoothies. I wanted to also talk to you guys about vegetables. Keep expanding on the whole vegetable thing that everybody it's also having problems with. In the beginning, I most of the veggies that I was having were those steam in the bag bags that you get at the market, that you just put them in the microwave. And it's the easiest, most convenient and fastest way to get your veggies, because first of all, they're frozen, they're never gonna go bad. So these bags, you just put them in the microwave, and usually, depending on what it is, it's gonna take somewhere between like 3 minutes and 5 minutes or 6 minutes to make the whole thing. And you can break that up into like 2 meals, or I mean, it depends, or you just eat the whole thing, or whatever. And all these veggies are extremely low in calories, so just go to town on them. But but a lot of people, they just can't tolerate eating so many vegetables. So maybe making a couple of those bags and mixing a couple different things gives you a little more variety. And the whole point of it is just adding volume to your meal, so you get full with less calories. Okay, so in veggies is like one way to do it. But now, I started most of the time having those steam in the bag bags that you get at the market. But I started to get more into like fresh veggies, like buying fresh broccoli, fresh cauliflower, or whatever other kind of fresh vegetables, zucchini, summer squash. Zucchini and summer squash have almost no calories, almost nothing. You can just eat as much as you like. And when I started making these things like fresh, buying them fresh, first of all, to make them fresh in the microwave, they take about half the time that they take when you get them frozen. These things, you do not want to overcook your vegetables, because they're just gonna turn into water, and they're just a little mushy. It's not a good thing, man. Not a good experience. Go with the fresh veggies, cut them up, and I'm gonna show you guys in a second. Let me go get it, but I'm gonna show you guys how I cook them. Give me a second. All right, guys. So the way I make my veggies, obviously, if they're the frozen ones, I always try to get, and I always keep some kind of frozen ones. It's just because it's the most convenient and fastest way, and you get those steamable bags and you just throw them in the microwave. So I always have some of those laying around. But after I tried the fresh veggies and cooking the fresh veggies, man, they taste so much better. It's like there's no comparison. There's just no comparison. The fresh ones are way better by far. At least if you ask me. And man, you could already see I can tolerate eating a lot of stuff that some people have problems with. But when you compare fresh veggies to the frozen ones, there's just no comparison. So the way I make them, this here, a little steamer that you put in the microwave. Okay, so it's a microwavable steamer. So it's all plastic, and it has a little grill that you put on the bottom. Okay, you put it on the bottom, and you put some water in there, and then you put your veggies on top. And all the vegetables in this thing, man, they take, like, seriously, these veggies in there take about anywhere between like a minute and a half to, no more than 3 minutes. So, and you're ready to go. So you can cook different kinds at the same time, but I've had better results by cooking all the veggies separate, because each kind of vegetable takes like different amounts of time to cook. And then I hate it when they get all mushy. I'd rather there's still some snap on the vegetables. It's just a lot better. It tastes a lot better that way. So I'll go ahead, I'll cook them, and usually I give them like a minute and try it, and if it still needs a little bit more, I give it like another 30 seconds and like that, until you get the hang of it, and you start realizing each vegetable, how long it takes it to cook in that thing. So that's usually how I make them. And like I said, zucchini, summer squash, and I'm going to show you guys one more. I'm going to show you guys this thing. Give me a second. All right, guys. So yeah, back to the veggies. So remember, buy your veggies fresh and experiment with that, because it's just a lot better. Get yourself one of those little steamers that you put in the microwave, and it's so quick and easy. So let me show you first, before going on with the veggies, let me show you these are the frozen ones that you can get in the steam in the bag type of thing. You just put it in the microwave. So that's the easiest way, fastest way. So I always have some of that around. That one's broccoli, but believe me, they have all kinds. So the other thing is the fruit. And remember, the fruit, keep it frozen, because first of all, it's never gonna go bad. And to add to the smoothies, it's a lot better, the frozen fruit. You can freeze, like buy them fresh if you want and freeze them. Or bananas are a little bit high in calories, but they're great for smoothies. They taste great in smoothies. So you can just buy the bananas, peel them and chop them up, put them in little Ziploc bags. You can weigh them, pre-weigh them and everything, so you have the right amount. So when you go make the smoothie in the morning, it's ready to go. So yeah. And let me show you guys the other thing I was gonna show you, which is an eggplant. Yeah, I know, man. I know you guys, try these things. These things are not bad, man. This thing has almost no calories. This thing has almost nothing. And you want to peel the eggplant, by the way. I tried at first, like cooking this thing, like with the peel is horrible. So just cut the ends off and then peel it. I cut it into about maybe about half-inch thick pieces once it's peeled already, and I'll put it in the steamer, and usually it takes about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Again, you don't want it mushy, so leave still a little bit of firmness to it. And if you're gonna cut, you want to keep the carbs low. You're gonna keep your fats and your protein. You're gonna keep both of those things pretty much constant all the time. So the thing you can play with the most is the carbs. So what you do is, eggplant has very little carbs, very little calories, period. So I'll make less potatoes or less rice or whatever it is I'm doing for carbs that day. I'll do less of that, and then, but usually when I have the eggplant, that's gonna be sweet potato for sure, because listen to what I like to do. So I'll make the sweet potato, and I'll make the eggplant. And I'll substitute some of the sweet potato with eggplant, and it's almost no calories there, so I can have a lot more volume. I can add a lot more food, and obviously your protein, your veggies is gonna stay constant, the same. Your fats, it's gonna stay constant. So by doing this, all you're doing is dropping the carbs. Okay. So what I do is I'll sprinkle a little cinnamon over the sweet potatoes and over the eggplant. And you guys know I like cinnamon, so it's just a matter of taste. So I sprinkle a little cinnamon over both, and then I use, let me show you guys. Let me go get it. So yeah, guys, once I go ahead and make my sweet potato and the eggplant, I'll sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon over it, and then what I like to do is put some of this maple walnut pancake syrup. This is from Walden Farms. This product here has 0 calories, nothing. So at the market, they sell some, you should be able to find some kind of maple syrup. You should be able to find it at your market that is sugar-free, okay? And the sugar-free ones, usually they have, per serving, 5 or 10 calories, depending on the brand. This one, the Walden Farms, has 0. So you can buy those online. Over here, I buy it at a place called the Vitamin Shop. They have them there. But you can also buy it online. And to me, the flavor of that it's on point. It's great. And it's just a sweet with the sweet potato and with the eggplant. It's just, I like it. I love that. So that's another thing you could do. Obviously, when you're trying to cut, you want to cut sugar down. It's one of the easiest ways to cut calories, man. You just substitute sugar with something else. So if you like sweet things, there's a lot of ways to sweeten stuff without using sugar and not adding calories. So if you want to cut carbs, that's an idea. I mean, try it. Again, I have a feeling, man. I'm going to get a bunch of people telling me, like, what are you talking about, man? That's crazy. But don't knock it till you try it. There's a lot of things you can experiment with, and this is just some more ideas. So, yeah, you're going to have to. So, yeah, guys, as you can see, maybe the camera angle changed a little bit, and I don't know what's gonna happen with the sound in this video because I'm trying to improve the audio a little bit. So I'm experimenting with something here. We'll see how that works out. If not, I'll just use the camera audio, and it's a little bit echoey and stuff. It's not great, so I'm trying to better that. But if the angle of the camera just changed just now, and I kind of lost what I was talking about, man, my battery ran out right in the middle of like filming the thing. At least I didn't lose what I was saying. it got recorded and it saved it before anything happened. But you know, these are the struggles, man. The struggles I go I go through to bring this to you guys. But I am enjoying it quite a bit, man. I am enjoying it. I like the people that have been reaching out and you know, engaging in these videos and talking to me about these things. It's pretty cool. And I'm trying to see if tomorrow I can go film another. I don't know if I want to call it. It's gonna be a food review. Let's face it. It's gonna end up being a food review. There's a new spot that actually I've been there before, but it's gonna be new to a lot of you guys. And it's a really cool place. I want to take you guys there, and I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow. We'll see. If I can get it done tomorrow, then yeah, I'll upload that next weekend. And you know, I'm gonna cut the video here. There's a lot more to talk about this with this dieting tips and the kind of things that I've learned and some of the things that I use to you know, to cut weight. And I want to keep talking about that, but this video's already gone like way too long. So by the way, guys, remember to like the video and try to comment something on it. I really appreciate when you guys give me some feedback. I appreciate that. So thanks for everybody that's been sharing them and you know, reaching out to me. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna try to film the food review tomorrow, and we'll see if I see you guys next weekend. So I'll see you guys then.